Hey guys, today I'm finally getting around to doing the Q&A that you guys sent in questions for about 2 weeks ago. Okay, so Emil Gam asked, what did you dream about working as / with as a kid? I think as a kid I really wanted to be an actress or a singer, and then I ended up buying myself a microphone and realising that I just couldn't sing, so that was completely out of the window. The actress thing, I think it would still be really cool to be an actress, but these days I think I would probably rather work behind the camera than work in front of the camera. I think most young kids kind of dream of being like a movie star or something like that. Aside from that, I was very into music as a kid. I really liked singing, I really liked playing the guitar when I was a little bit older, so I feel like I definitely wanted to do something surrounding like music or movies or something like that. I was an extra in a movie last year that I might make a whole video about, talking about how to become an extra and stuff like that. I was in a movie called Rocket Man, some of you might have seen it. Honestly, it was really cool. Like, that kind of sparked my want again to not be an actor, because I don't think that I can do that. I don't think the capability is there. But just being surrounded by the whole movie environment is really cool, and yeah, I think I would still like to do something like that if I wasn't doing what I do now. Do you consider streaming other games than old school RuneScape? I've definitely streamed a few games in the past. Old school RuneScape is just the game that I think I played for the longest and most people were interested in. I do sometimes play other games on stream. I sometimes play The Sims, I sometimes do art, I sometimes just play random games, but honestly, as a streamer it is quite difficult to keep the retention of viewers if you keep changing which game you play. In my opinion, that's what happened with me anyway. It was easier to build up a community in one game and continue playing that. I get bored of it sometimes, but for the most part it's probably one of the only games that I haven't really gotten bored of yet, to the point where I don't want to play it. So yeah, I think that so far it's been the best game for me to play on stream for sure. I love the community, I love the game, and it just works really well. So yeah, I'm gonna carry on playing RuneScape for now on stream. What's been the best moment in your streaming career so far? Georgina asked. This is such a difficult question because I feel like a lot of people might expect me to say moments that I've been donated money, but honestly I think some of the best moments that have made me the most shocked is when somebody that I idolize or look up to has been in my stream. So just sort of like any streamer that I have interacted with that's been into my stream has just been an incredible moment. To have the old school RuneScape team come into my chat, that was an incredible moment too. Obviously I really appreciate the amount of people that donate and gift subs and gift bits and everything like that, and those moments definitely blow me out of the water. I definitely say some of my idols coming into Twitch chat has been some of my favourite moments. What kind of house / apartment are you looking for when you move? When I eventually move out, I have no idea. I'd quite like a 2-bedroom house or a 2-bedroom flat or something like that, somewhere that I could have my own office space again, because it is really nice being able to set up the background to make it look good and kind of design it like your own little set. I think is really cool. So RuneScape account progress videos / guides could be a future project coming from you. I did start doing my Hardcore Iron Man series a while ago, but I don't think it's something that I probably would carry on. It kind of felt forced on my half because I wanted to start updating my YouTube channel with content, and I didn't really think that content could be me making Q&A videos or vlogs or anything like that. So I don't know if I'm going to do much gaming related content that is sort of guides or anything like that, because let's be honest, everybody out there has done it and will do it better than me. So I don't think that's the kind of content that I will put out on my channel. I definitely still want to upload my clip videos, highlights from the streams and things like that, but in terms of guides, I don't know if that's something I'll ever get into really. Amstel or Heineken? I would have to say Amstel. I do love Amstel. I always used to think that Heineken was a better beer because at my uni it was more expensive. What's my best party trick? I had to think a lot about this one because I don't think I actually have a party trick. The only thing I can really do is tie a strawberry lace in my mouth using only my tongue, like without using my hands. So that's probably the only party trick I can do, but I don't have a strawberry lace to hand, so I can't show you guys. I'm really sorry. How do you keep motivated to play RuneScape so long? I keep getting bored after a week or two. I would say setting yourself goals to continually progress. I definitely started to get bored of my main account a little bit, so I started to make an Iron Man account, which I'm currently really loving. It's definitely like I think my favourite game mode that I've played so far, even though it's only very low level right now. But if you're getting continually bored of RuneScape, I think it might be time to either, one, find some people in the game to do things with. Otherwise, I think just playing by myself gets kind of boring. Setting yourself goals is a really good way of making sure that you stay on track. What's my long-time goal? This is such a scary question. This is like the where do you see yourself in 5 years question, which I always have no idea. But the long-term goal for now is just to put as much energy and effort into my Twitch and YouTube channels as possible. I actually hope this is a question about my life and not about my RuneScape account. I'm just gonna answer on my life. Yeah, to just work on my YouTube channel, work on my Twitch channel, put as much effort and energy into that as possible. And if that doesn't work out, then I have a degree. I have 2 degrees actually that hopefully I will be able to find a job in so that I don't end up poor, really. But yeah, just keep putting as much focus into my YouTube channels and my Twitch channel as possible and continue to grow that and see where it goes. I would love for it to take off and to be able to do this full time, but honestly, you just never know with those things. Did you ever study a different degree, have a different career path in mind? I definitely did. I studied 2 degrees while I was at university. I studied English as my undergraduate degree, and then I studied marketing and management as my postgraduate degree because I decided that most people need someone that can do marketing these days. Everything mostly is about sales and marketing, so I thought that would be the best course of action for me. Also, I'm just kind of really interested in things that relate to current day and age. With English, it was a good degree, but to an extent I just felt like I was learning things that might not actually interest me in the future and that I couldn't really apply to real life situations, which is definitely not true. That's just kind of the thought that I had at the time. But yeah, I definitely have always had different career paths in mind, and still to this day I think, oh, I could go and do this and I could be have an office job and stuff, which I think I would quite like, but for now this is definitely my favourite thing to do. What got me streaming? I think it was actually my sister that got me streaming for some reason. I can't remember exactly what it was that started me streaming. I used to watch Valkyrae and Alexia Ray a lot before they ever started playing Fortnite. Those were kind of my inspirations. I just looked at them as idols and thought that what they did was really cool. And I thought, I have a PC, I like gaming, why don't I just give it a go? And I did, and it took off, and it was, yeah, the most incredible experience ever. So I think it was actually my sister. I don't know whether she wanted to start streaming first, but somehow she was my inspiration to start streaming, so thank you, Sid. Crystal asks, what are some of your favourite clothing brands slash stores? I love your style. Thank you so much, Crystal. I would probably say just honestly plain stores like H&M. Sometimes I shop on Zaful online, on Boohoo and Misguided if they're clothes that I'm going to be using for going out. But honestly, for me, it's not necessarily about the store that you buy from. It's about going in and finding that one piece that you really like instead of just wasting all your money buying loads of clothes that you might not like. Planning on visiting Belgium? I am not planning on visiting Belgium anytime soon. I'm going to the Netherlands next year, which should be really good fun. I used to go to Belgium a lot when we lived in France, but I don't live there anymore, so honestly no, at the moment I don't have any plans to go to Belgium, I'm sorry. If you could live anywhere, where would it be? I would probably say the States. I just love how much space there is, and in my opinion it seems like there is more things to do there than in England maybe, even though I live pretty close to London, so I guess that's not specifically true. I visited New York before and I absolutely loved it, and I would definitely like to visit Los Angeles next year at some point. I don't think I ever will live there, but it's just an idea and something I would maybe like to do in the future for at least a little while. What is my biggest accomplishment in life so far, Lamar asked. This year for me has been the year that I've achieved the most, I think. Just kicking off my Twitch channel and passing my driving test was probably the biggest one for me. I struggled with that when I was younger. I was never really prepared to drive and I never really felt confident with my driving instructor, and I put it off for about 6 years. I didn't try and pass my driving test, and then this year I finally did it and I passed, and it was probably the happiest day that I've had for a very, very, very long time. It was incredible. The feeling was just amazing, thinking I could go anywhere I wanted and I had this freedom on my hands. It felt really good. How do you stay motivated to grind Twitch and YouTube? I would say this just comes through seeing the people that come to my stream every day, seeing the people that support me, and the people that want me to be there even when I don't think they want me to. Just knowing that, like, the amount of people that come in my stream and say, oh, I was feeling this certain way today and your stream helped me get through it, or your stream helped take my mind off of things, always keeps me like really inspired and positive. Who was the most different in person compared to real life? Sloth asked. Honestly, I don't think I've met one single person that has been really different online than they are in real life. I think people, when you meet them, are definitely more shy for the first time, which is completely understandable. I think that I am one of those people. I think online I'm not outspoken, but I'm much less shy online, and then when I meet people in real life, I think they must think that I'm really shy, because it takes me a lot to go up to somebody and say, oh hi, nice to finally meet you in person, or I love watching your videos or your vlogs or something like that. It's just, I think I could be that person that's the most different, because I am way more shy in real life than I am on Twitch, I think. But once I get comfortable with people, it's always so easy. It's just those initial steps that I have to take that really freak me out. What events can you meet me at, says Sloth again. You can meet me at Twitch London, winter and summer. You can meet me at TwitchCon EU. I don't usually go to the NA one. In fact, I've never been to the NA one because one, it's expensive and really far away. Do you plan on going to Insomnia at some point over the next couple of years? Maybe I'll go next year, maybe I'll go the year after, I'm not too sure yet. I definitely want to up the amount of events I go to, even though already they take up a lot of my time. I just love them. I love going there and meeting you guys and meeting my friends and just basically having a weekend away and having a really good time. So yeah, you can meet me at those events. If you could have one superpower, what would it be and why, says Josh? Teleportation, definitely. I don't think I would like to read people's minds. That's for them. I don't want to know what's going on in other people's minds. There are so many other superpowers. I guess like flying would be kind of equal to teleportation, although I am terrified of flying, so maybe I'd be terrified of flying my own body. I'm back. I had to leave for a minute. I was charging my camera battery and also went to eat Chinese food, so that's why I've changed out of my white sweatshirt to this one, because I didn't want to get food all over it and I've had it for like 2 days. So let's get back to the questions anyway. I think I was answering the question about which cities and places I wanted to visit next year. Zilanax asked that question. I definitely want to go and visit LA next year. The last time I went to the US was, I think, about 2011. I went to New York and it was one of the best holidays I've ever had. What's your goal for 2020 or the 20s in general? My goal would ultimately be to make this work in the 20s, and even if it means making it work for a time, but getting a full-time job or like a more stable job afterwards, I think, yeah, those would be my goals for the 20s. I think just absolutely making the most of everything I've built so far. Did you ever envision getting a big following from streaming or having the community you have today, asks Ryan Fino. Definitely not. Like, I think everybody, when they first start doing things like this, they imagine what it could be like if that did happen. Like, didn't expect it, especially there is like so much competition on Twitch. I just never really thought. I watched other people play games and I watched other people do this and that on Twitch, and I always thought, wow, like, I'm never gonna know a game like these people do, and I'm never gonna be good enough at a game to stream video games on Twitch or be entertaining enough to make YouTube videos or anything like that. But I think they kind of go hand in hand, because the people that are interested in watching your streams will also be interested in watching maybe your YouTube videos and stuff like that. So yeah, it's absolutely crazy, honestly, and I don't think I ever expected it. Can you speak Spanish? If so, say some words. I cannot speak Spanish, no. I can speak French. I lived there for 6 years, so I can kind of speak a little bit of it, although I have forgotten a lot of the language now. I can still understand it a fair amount, so no Spanish, but I can speak a little bit of French. Darren's White asks what my favourite holiday is. I think I would have to say it was probably New York. Just going to somewhere that seemed so like outer worldly and somewhere that was awake 24/7. It was just not like anything I'd ever seen before. It was a complete culture shock and it was completely different, but I was in love with every aspect of it. So I would probably say New York was my favourite holiday. Why doesn't Tronix have mod? The famous question. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching my Q&A. I'm sorry it has taken so long to finally get here. The first time I filmed it, I just really hated the footage. The quality wasn't good. I looked horrible. Everything was wrong with it, and there was no way that I was going to upload it. So I'm so sorry for that, but I hope you enjoy this one. And yeah, I'm wanting to make videos, but I'm not really sure what you guys like watching. So keep sending in your ideas, and I will keep trying to produce videos as much as possible. Thank you so much, you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!